This portion of Local Lifestyles is sponsored by Evansville Hearing Aid Center.
It's true that many of us ignore the first signs of hearing loss, and that can be a real problem. Amanda Bennett of Evansville Hearing Aid Center has some advice, professional advice about paying attention when you're asking people to repeat themselves nonstop. Why do we wait so long?
Well, it's something that's easy compensated for. You can turn your radio up. You can ask people to repeat themselves. So it's things that you can do, and people usually know generally there's going to be an expense there. So we tend to put it off because we can do things to compensate for it.
But what's the cost of that though? Because we're losing hearing.
Yes, so most people wait 7 to 10 years after noticing signs to actually come in and get a hearing test. That is not good, because what happens with hearing loss is our understanding deteriorates. And once it deteriorates, it is gone forever. Hearing aids cannot bring that back. So that's why you want to get it whenever it's early, because then you can slow that process from progressing so quickly.
Well, and that is a big loss. I mean, that is a big deal. So we've talked about this before, but let's walk down through that road again. The importance of just having it. Maybe you haven't noticed any hearing loss, but having a baseline hearing test.
Yes, a hearing test hurts zero to get done.
Right.
So, and
just
we
had
do
one
them
yesterday with you.
Yes, that's right. And we do them for free, so you can come in and we can have a baseline, and we will tell you if you don't have a hearing loss. We're not going to tell you have something if you do not. But then we have a baseline, so we can test you yearly, and then we can see when that starts to start deteriorating. So then we can catch it early, and then it's going to slow the progression of that the earlier you treat it.
Well, I guess the recommendation is to just put your hearing test in there with your yearly medical checkup.
Yep.
Just put that on your calendar.
Yeah, and once we get you in our system, we will send you a letter yearly saying, hey, it's been a year, you know, so we will remind you that it's time to get a hearing test done. So it's always nice to have that baseline so we know when it starts deteriorating.
And one of the things you have really shined a light on for all of us is that there's a hearing aid for every level of things, and if you're a real tech person, there's that hearing aid too, and to just the simplest to be operated.
There's ones that you just put in and you don't do anything to, and then there's some like you have that hooks to your phone and you can take phone calls and you can listen to music while you walk. You can have the fall detection, so they can be as complicated or as simplified as you need them to be, because we pick how they work in the office. So, even yours, I could turn yours off to where they're just hearing aids. You stick them in, that's it. You don't do anything to them.
Like if you didn't want all that technology, because I have heard people say, well, I just need a hearing aid. I don't need all that other stuff.
Right, and you don't have to use all that other stuff. So it can be just for your hearing loss and that's it. So, and there's in the ear, there's over the ear, there's some for very mild loss, there's some for very severe loss. So we can fit all the way from very, very mild to very, very profound hearing loss.
And I know you're impressed every year when you go to the trade show of the advances in that technology.
Yes, I always think, like, what can they do next? What can, there's not going to be anything. I mean, of course, hearing is the most important thing. But then, they added the fall alert, which is nice for people who are at risk of falling. So it then text messages their family like, hey, we think they've fallen. This is their GPS coordinates. This is where they're at. So if they can't get to the phone. So then if you have fallen, it tells you in your ear, somebody has received that text message. When it opens it, it will say message received, so help is on the way. It can track steps now, and I think in the near future we will see it, testing blood sugar and heart rate and all those things. So all that stuff, it's more like a healthable hearing aid to try to help people stay on track with their health as well, because we know the hearing affects some health.
Of course, it's to be like your Apple Watch, only to be your hearing aid.
That's right.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you.
Evansville Hearing Aid Centers for all your hearing needs. We will be back right after this. Stay with us.
This portion of Local Lifestyles is sponsored by Evansville Hearing Aid Center.